In England, we put the wheels at the back. Look, virtually at the back. One at the front, right at the front. One at the back, virtually right at the back. Makes sense, doesn't it? Stable, organised, well thought out. Not in America. Someone come up with the idea of that. What a load of nonsense is that? What is that all about? If you sit back here, you're basically bouncing around like you're floating around. I don't know who come up with this idea. Time for another stock review. This time we are talking bluebirds. Not bluebird as in Mr. Campbell on that lovely lake, Coniston, on the Lake District. No, not the bluebird that was bought by Ronald McDonald, alias otherwise known as Warren Buffett, which apparently he didn't anyway. That was a complete mistake. Bluebird as in, we're talking school buses. Yes, and this was recommended and requested by the lovely Stacey Bailey, who said, could we do a bluebird review? So that's what we're going to do right now. Here is bluebird. Now, in this review, not only are you going to see lots of buses, which are very strange in America. I'm going to come on to why buses in America are really weird. Really weird buses. Only in America they make buses weird. We'll come on to it in a minute. We're also going to look at the latest earnings report. We'll also look at some analysis that was done here by an analyst on Seeking Alpha, which I am one of which. We'll come on to that. We'll look at the strong buy rating. Hello, what's this?
Smoky Fats donated $1 through a super chat.
$1 super chat. 5 minutes ago, I did an impression of Michael Bolton, and I said, if it's the best impression you've ever heard in the world ever, give me $1. And one out of 50 thought so. So clearly it wasn't that good. I'll work on it, right? Anyway, I'm also going to share with you how it compares to the S&P 500. So we're going to have a look at that. And it's rallied just recently, as you can jolly well see. So we're going to talk about that as well. All of that's coming up. So, and I'm also going to talk about Bluebird, talk about American school buses being really weird as well. No one around the world gets it. No, we don't get it. We don't understand it. And I'll cover it in a minute. And I'm also, it's just a load of alsos, basically. I'm going to share with you the intrinsic valuation, who's buying, who's selling, the profitability, how good is it, how rubbish is it, whatever. Should you buy it? Should you own it? It's up to you, isn't it, really? But I'm just going to give you my opinion. And remember, I only own the S&P, so I can't pump and dump anything. Nope, I'm not even trying to come up with a sensationalistic title to get you to buy the stock or click on the video. I'm going to call it Bluebird Analysis. Picture of me, probably doing that, and a picture of a bus. Take it or leave it. It's not clickbait, just is what it is. So that's what I'm going to do. You ready? Shall we get on with it? Right. If you like this video, click subscribe and ring the bell, because if not anything, it's entertaining and honest. If you like it, well, that helps. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter to me. But if you tap like, you're going to be recommended the videos like this and you'll learn more about it. If not, you won't. Doesn't matter really to me, does it? Right. Shall we get into it? All right, let's look at it. Bluebird, what is it? Well, it's got something to do with a bus, right? Okay. We could start there then, can we? The maximum line chart. As you can see, it's been trending up. Most stocks have a little bit of up and down. That's part of it, a bit of volatility. But generally speaking, it's trending upwards. Doesn't up and down like a scam stock. So far, looks a healthy-ish kind of chart. All right, let's read the details. Bluebird engages in the design and manufacture of school buses. Nothing innovative there. It operates through the bus and parts segment. The bus segment includes a manufacturing assembly of school buses to be sold to a variety of customers in the United States and Canada and in international markets. No, we don't want it in England. Your buses are rubbish. I'll come on to it in a minute, why I think American buses are rubbish. The whole design is rubbish. And when I show you a minute, you'll go, makes sense, really. The parts segment focuses on the purchase of parts from third parties to be sold to dealers within the company's network and certain large fleet customers. The company was founded by Albert Laurence Luce. I'm going to go with Luce. In 1927. Great, it has some history. So you'd have thought by now they would work out how to make a bus. They can't. I'll come on to that in a minute. The listed name is BLBD, Bird Corporation. Philip Horlock is the CEO, employees 1,837. Macon, Georgia. Georgia. I could do a good Ray Charles as well. 1927. Relatively low risk on margin, 30%. Let's have a look. 1.5 billion in market cap, reasonable size. 52-week high, 59. 52-week low, 17. So it'll be on sale right now. We'll come on to that shortly. No dividend, just a growth stock. Hardly any volume at all. People just buy this and hold it, basically. It's not a trading stock. Is it an investment stock? Is it the sort of thing I like? Well, we've got analysts saying it's a strong buy. No selling. No buying. Sorry, no holding. Just buy. It's beating on every earnings. This is looking good so far. Up. Cash positive. Yep, making money and increasing. Next earnings, December the 9th. Just beaten earnings again and exceeded expectations again. 100% buy. More insiders buying. Shall we have a look? Let's go over to Robinhood and have a look. Let's have a look. So far, I'm liking it. Other than the fact they can't build buses. What do I mean? Wait for it. Robinhood. People are trading it, but they're generally buying it. I'll say with more buys than sells. Hedge funds. Let's look at hedge funds. What are they doing? They've been buying it, trimming back, and recently selling off. What about insiders? Insiders were selling it in January, but now they're all buying it in. Or at least, they're starting to buy in. See the hedge funders? Insiders. No one really selling off on the inside. We like that. Okay. Who are we in bed with? In other words, who else is buying this stock? What stocks are they buying? That tells us how it all operates and how bad or how volatile the stock might trade. GM, okay. Taiwan, I like that. Micron, I like that. AMD, prefer NVIDIA. Supermicrocomputer, DraftKings, solid. Intel, not so good. Plug Power. Walmart, solid. Ford, well, Ford doesn't make any money. You can see why bus people would buy Ford, but Ford just goes sideways. CrowdStrike, okay, got some issues. Robinhood, good. Caterpillar, good. Pfizer, great. C3IA, AI, interesting. Salesforce, interesting. Lithium and Enphase, great. ChargePoint. NVIDIA, no Mullen, no rubbish, no FFIE. Okay, good. Got some good company. So far, I'm liking everything I'm going to see. I'm liking everything I'm seeing so far. But I'm going to show you in a minute now, English red bus. I'm going to type this in during my making of my video, and I'm going to show you now what it's all about. Why let me get a good picture up. Okay. Let me get a good picture up. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Let me zoom in there. Right.
Matt Dillon donated $1.99 through a super chat. Martyn, my new hero.
Yes, that's right. American, thank you very much indeed. American yellow school bus. You ready? Okay, I'll show you. You're all going, what could he possibly mean about this school bus thing? What's it all about? I'll bloody show you. Americans don't know how to make school buses. It's mental. Right? Okay. I've always wondered this. I've always gone, what's all that about? Bloody ridiculous. Right, you're going to see the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life now. Hang on. I'm making this doing a live video. Okay, that'll do. No. Save image as. I might have to just edit it down at this point because clearly it might be a little bit confusing, but that's okay. I might leave it in. I might leave it in just because of the entertainment value. Okay. Downloads. There we go. Okay. You ready? Okay, here we go. Now then. We're about to come on to the numbers, and I want to show you now, right? Let me just get rid of that one there. Okay. What is wrong with the American bus. Okay? If we're going to invest in this, we want to know what we're buying. Here is the English bus. The good old-fashioned red bus. You like that? Okay. Why is that better than that? That is the American bus. That's the American school bus. Okay? And that's the London bus. And I'm going to see if anyone can understand what's wrong with this. This is a good English bus. And this is the American school bus. Anybody work out what's wrong with this? Okay? And I'll give you the answer in a minute. Let's see if anybody can work this out. Anyway, moving on then to the business itself, and then we'll come back to it in a minute. We want to make sure that everybody is fully up to brief with their school buses. Okay, very, very important this. So we'll come back to that in a minute. So first of all, we're going to have a look at the website. Does anybody know yet? This is the bus going down the road, just the same as the one I showed you in the picture. The all-American school bus. Okay, very, very good. It's crazy. When I explain it to you, you'll go, oh yeah. Right, okay, purpose-built. This is all about the bus, what they're all about. Okay, we all know about school buses, all right? Very good. But let's look at the numbers. Let's first of all see how it compares to the S&P 500. Let's have a look. So, back in 2015 is when we can do this. Now, the S&P is in green, our school bus is in purple, right? Look at that. It's been trending up, trending up, trending up. Now, March 2020, which was about there, school buses fell off a cliff. Well, that kind of makes sense. We can live with that. What we don't want is a business that pumped throughout COVID and then collapsed away. We want one that either did okay during COVID, or if it did well, continue to do well, not fall back again like Peloton, Zoom, whatever. We don't want that. That's a pointless thing to own, right? So it went down. So did the S&P. It went down more because it had a faster growth. It came down and then it sort of came back, overtook the S&P for a while, fell away a little bit, but now recently it's been really surging. Look at this. Fantastic. And I'll give you the numbers. If you put $10,000 in the S&P, you would have 3x, which would be very good, 31. $10,000 in our school buses, you'd have 52.9, nearly a 5x. Absolutely brilliant. More than a 5x actually. 10,000 to 50,000, 5x. Over that now, nearly 300, 5.3. Very, very good indeed. So we like how it compares to the S&P, and we like to use that as a benchmark. So looking good. Anybody got any answers yet? Why they think this American school bus looks great? Like most Americans, too much rear or back end. All right, as we've got our first comment, I'm going to tell you this now. Leah told me when she grew up, she used to sit at the back of the bus and she used to bounce around and she used to bang her head on the ceiling. Health and safety in America, you're all about litigation and suing each other for everything, all right? Why have you got a bus in England? We put the wheels at the back. Look, virtually at the back. One at the front, right at the front. One at the back, virtually right at the back. Makes sense, doesn't it? Stable, organised, well thought out. Not in America. Someone come up with the idea of that. What a load of nonsense is that? What is that all about? If you sit back here, you're basically bouncing around like you're floating around. I don't know who come up with this idea. I don't know who thought we'll put the wheel right in the centre of the bus. Who come up with that? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Now, we all know in America, right, your trucks bounce around anyway. If you go because you've all got flat roads, straight roads. If you go into Europe and you're winding up the Alps, Switzerland, and you're going around the Alps, that's why Ferraris are good. They've got really good, well-tuned shock absorbers, suspension. You don't have vehicles like that in America. The old Colbys and the big Mustangs, big muscle cars, very heavy, but they bounce around. When you watch the movies and you see like Dukes of Hazzard, and when you see, all the cop like Kojak, those big, big Lincolns, as they go around a corner, they go, they tip over like a boat, right? America doesn't know how to do suspension. Very good at engines, big engines, loud, fast, all the rest of it, but rubbish at suspension. So we take the school bus to a whole new level. We put a school bus and we put a wheel in the middle. So anyone who sits at the back here, because Leah told me, when she was at school, she was always bouncing up and down and hitting her head on the thing. I'm thinking, excuse me, shall we move the wheel to the back? That will stop that. Oh yeah, never thought of that. So if anyone watching this now can tell me why in America we have school buses with wheels in the middle, I don't get it. It's like rowing a boat. And you put the person with the oars right at the front. They're going to go round in circles. No, put them towards the back. Put them towards the back. Anyway, I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, now we've established that the American bus is a bit funny, right? Okay, well, now we've established that. I'll tell you one more thing. Before I come on to reviewing the stock, giving the numbers, I'll tell you another thing as well about school buses. Only in America does this happen. In England, when you go to school, you come out of school and it's like playing Frogger. It's life or death. Am I going to get across the road? And if you get run over, it's your fault. No one's going to sue you. You're just going to die, right? It's your fault. Learn to cross the road. Find a safe place. Look right, look left, look right, look left, and then go, okay? Learn how to do it. Mum and dad teach you how to do it. In America, oh my God, right? If anyone gets run over, it's not my fault, right? This is what happens, and I know, because I live near a school here. I drive around, and I'm behind one of these giant buses. You would think the President of the United States had turned up at school. Because we don't just have kids trying to cross the road, hoping for the best, like in England, playing Frogger, just get on with it. If you die, you die. If you live, you live. No. We have the National Guard out. It's like the President's turned up. At every school where I live around here, and I'm living near Dallas, right? When kids come out of school, there's policemen. It's their job every day, turning up with police cars, guarding the kids, making sure we can cross the roads. These buses go down the road with massive signs going, stop, go, stop. It's like, there's no common sense here. It's like the President's about to cross the road. It's like, when I first came here and Leah went, I said, what's all this? Why do we have so much? The kids are coming out of school. We've got massive buses with signs, flashing lights. When they slow down, a big arm comes out and says, stop, children. Then we've got a military guard helping them cross the road, policemen with guns and stuff, and like half a dozen police cars. It's like, what's going on? I went, what's all this about, Leah? And she went, well, kids are coming out of school, they're crossing the road. So the President's not here then? No, it's just what we do for the kids. Well, couldn't we just teach them how to cross the road and just walk across without all of this? No. Police cars, ambulances, everything. You'd swear to God the President will turn it, or Michael Jackson just showed up at the school. Something like that. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, and then I went to Kansas a few months, when I first came to America, went to Kansas, my very first time visiting land of America. And I went to Kansas to visit a school, and they got school buses outside. And I walked up to the front door with my friend who was taking me in, and there was a sign on the door. Now this is an elementary school. This is kids who are like, I don't know, 5 to 10, 5 to 8, young kids. And there's a sign on the door saying no guns allowed. And I was thinking, oh, I was planning on bringing a gun into. I mean, what? Why would that be on the door? Who thinks it's appropriate, other than bad people, to walk into a school with a gun in the first place? I was told off if I would turn up to school with a can of Coke. You can't bring drinks into the classroom. In America, it's don't bring in your gun. What do you mean, don't bring in? Was that for the kid or the parent? I'm assuming it was for the parent, not the kid. I don't know. At 5 years of age, I wasn't walking around with a machine gun in my pants. I don't know. But I was quite surprised by that. And I said to my friend, I said, do we need a sign? They said, yeah. Well, because if we don't have a sign, people will come in with a gun. Why would you want to go into a school with a gun unless you're a bad person, right? Why would a normal person want to do that anyway? Why do we need a sign? So I just think things have got a little bit crazy, right? We've got policemen, guards, soldiers. It gets all a bit crazy. Anyway, there's my little bit about American buses as opposed to English buses, which look like noddy cars. This looks more like a clown's car, to be honest. There's nothing scary about that. If that comes down the road, you start laughing. It's a bit funny. It's a bit boxy, isn't it, to be fair? That comes down the road, careful. There'll be police before it, after it, ready to shoot you. So just be careful. Bloody hell. Anyway, moving on to the stock of this company. This is going to be the craziest review I've ever done. Right. Shall I leave all this in? Be like an hour-long review. Let's take a look at the business. And while I'm doing that, I might get some comments. Matt Dillon says, Bluebird has been investing in electric and alternative fuel buses, positioning them well for future growth as demand for eco-friendly transportation increase. Good idea. Just ask AI as why we're in NVIDIA. Certain states do allow concealed carry in schools. Why? Why would you want that? I don't know what the need for that is. I don't know. I'm just from a little village in England, and I don't know why anyone would want to go into school with a gun. I don't know what when I was naughty, the teacher would tell me off and I'd be sent out. I don't know why I need a gun. I don't know why the teacher would need a gun. I don't know why anyone would need a gun in a school unless you're a bad person. And if you're doing that, you should probably be in jail anyway. Okay. They have to make room for the handicap elevator elements behind the wheel. Is that the reason for it? Hang on a minute, Stacey Bailey. We have people in England who are disabled with wheelchairs. They get on the front of the bus through here. There's a door the other side. They get on. We get wheelchairs. We get people with bikes. We don't need 50 feet at the back so it bounces all about. I hope everyone realises I'm just having a laugh. I don't care how you make buses. I ain't bothered. I ain't bothered, to be fair. I'm never going to go on a school bus. So let's be honest, it doesn't bother me. Right, let's have a look at the valuation. Now we've decided it's good or bad, you decide. BLB, overvaluation, 26%. Now, this is clearly a growth stock at the moment. I can overpay for a growth stock by 25%. I'm okay with that because if you've got masses of growth, people buy a stock ahead of time. That's what investing is. People are going to be buying ahead of stock and, buying ahead. So the stock always is going to rally. It's just the way it is. Isn't it illegal to carry a gun into a school? Probably. I was just guessing. Stacey Bailey. Oh, was you? Well, don't guess. We don't want guessing. We want educated information here. I'll do all the guessing. You do the information. All right? If there's any guessing to be done, that's me, not you. Right. Scrolling on down. So intrinsic valuation is expensive. There's no higher or lower. There's just a base case. There's no best case or worst case scenario. So best case could be better. So I'm okay with the intrinsic value. For a growth stock, I'm okay with it. I can live with it. Let's have a look down here. The revenue, 1.3 billion. When was this reported? This was reported in June. This is just out. This is the latest earnings. June 28, 1.3 billion. Okay. Moving steadily up. I like it. Up 3%, and we're expecting to increase on the revenue. Operating income up 17%. It's going to dip off a little bit, but we're expecting it to rise. Well, to be fair, this is projections. They were, we've seen how out the projections can be for this company. Maybe this could do better, but even so, it should do well. Net income up 24% and expected that to increase as well. Now, if you like Alpha Spread, which is what I'm using right now, all my members can get access to this for free, or you can get a discount, which basically makes my membership for free. It's that good, a discount. There you go. There's Alpha Spread. It's in the chat. Everybody else, it'll be below the video when you watch it later. Financing cash flow, up 6%. Good. Investing cash flow, up 18%. That's a negative. Operating cash flow, down 30%. That's a negative as well. Let's have a look here at the balance sheet. Are they a good business? Do they have a good balance sheet? This is very important. 468 million in assets. They have cash, but 88. I like that. I like the balance of the cash. I don't like an over cash rich business. I want to invest its cash, make money, earn, and work for you. I'm not buying a safe full of money. I can do that myself. All right, there's no point doing that. 468 million in assets, 88 million in cash. So liabilities, we've got 380 million, 330 million, little bit hot, but not too bad. We're 468, 3/4, thereabouts. 91 million long-term debt. 91 million long-term debt, which is 27% of their business. Now, that's not too big, and it's going to come down with rates coming down. That's good. So 91 million, and we've got 88 million in cash. They can pay all their debts off, so they've got a good balance sheet. They've got a good balance sheet. This is okay. This is good so far. What about gross margins? 19% and going up. Operating margin, 11% going up. Net margin going up. FCF margin up 6%. All positive. ROCE, positive. ROIC, positive. ROA, 24%. All good numbers, all going up, all nice. So far, good. Everything about it is good. Profitability, 66%. Very, very nice indeed. This is not, in fact, I would imagine, just by experience of doing over 200 stocks, that's actually good for this sector as well. Like exceptionally good. It's not an Apple, is it? It's not a software company. They're the highest level of profitability, but it's virtually behaving like a software company. 66 when you're manufacturing vehicles. I don't know I don't think even Tesla has 66%. In fact, Tesla is one of the best vehicle companies in the world from a profit standpoint, and I bet you they're not 66%. They may be. I'll look stupid now. They'll be 100%. TSLA. Let's have a look. Profitability. There you are, look. 66%. More profitable. Someone just gave me a down like. Is that because you don't like the buses thing? It was just a joke. But, there you go. I can live with one down like. It's not a problem. Tesla, probably one of the best, 64% profitability. That is very, very, I can't emphasize that. Tesla is 64%. I bet if we go to Ford, let's do Ford right now. This is very, very good. This is very, very good. What a profitable company this is. If we go to Ford, a legacy car company, rubbish profit. Look at that. 48%. And they've been around for thousands of years. You know what I mean, right? Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Rubbish balance sheet. I mean, I would never invest in Ford. I think it's rubbish, right? So let's go back to this company. 66%. I think that's probably the highest vehicle business I've ever seen. I can't overstate that. That is probably, I think, the highest vehicle company I've ever seen. So, very good. So, of course, the balance sheet is fantastic. So, I go back to saying, even though I prefer my clown bus, my English clown bus, I think the American bus is kind of weird with this big bouncy bit at the back. This particular company certainly know how to make money and profit out of producing their buses. So I'll give them that, because we probably don't make any money on our buses, let's be fair. All right, so anyway, very, very good indeed. Now then, 30% downside, worst case scenario. Here we go. This is Wall Street. Worst case scenario, right? Bit of a pullback maybe. 11% on average, because obviously we've already, this pump has already occurred. So now you're chasing it a bit. But we've got 41% upside, okay, on the best scenario. What about shorts positions? 692. Not much shorting going on. There's some. It's 20% is significant. Then you start going to short squeeze territory. We haven't got that, but we got a bit of downplay, so there could be a little bit of a pullback maybe. We talked about insiders, nothing going on there to worry about. What else have we got? Okay, that's pretty much covered it, has it? All right, there we go. So we compared to the S&P. That was a kind of weird one. I put all kinds of stuff in there, basically had a laugh at the American buses and all the craziness going past the schools and everything else. But it's honest. It's real. Take it or leave it. One person said, right, I'll leave it. He downliked it. That's fine. Don't watch. No problem at all. Go and watch Meet Kevin. He'll tell you what you want to hear. I just tell you how it is. It's up to you, isn't it? Bluebird, is it a buy? Well, I am very impressed by its profitability. I think it's probably one of the highest vehicle profits I've ever seen, and we've done lots of cars, lots of motor companies, and first time we've done a bus company, but their profits are off the scale. The balance sheet is quite good. They've got a bit of money. Their debt position is good. It might be a little bit expensive right now. If I was buying this and I said, right, I've got $1,000 to invest in Bluebird, I tell you what I'm going to do, because school buses and kids going to school ain't going anywhere. It's a business that's going to be around forever, let's be honest. So I like that. The balance sheet is good. It's outperformed the S&P. It might be a bit rich right now. It might be expensive right now. But if we look at it over the period of time, generally speaking, it's trending up. It's had a bit of a pullback recently. You can see we've had a bit of a pullback. This might be going again. I would say if I had $1,000, I might put 800 in, leave 200 for a bit of a pullback. That's what I would do. I wouldn't be 50-50 on this one. I'd be like 80% this one, because this is kind of good. The balance sheet is good. Profitability is outstanding. I kind of like it. The forecasts are good. The guidance is good. The earnings was good. Yeah, maybe 80%, keep 20 back. And then if I get a pullback, I can jump on it. And then my next move would be visit Sensei on Sunday, on the Sunday show, and ask him to do a full analysis on it and to find the buy zone, sell zone, support levels, add the technical to the fundamental, and you've got everything you need. All right, so there you go. There is my very weird, crazy review on Bluebird. What do you make of that? That's why the studio is blue. Do you like that? We just thought we'd make it blue. We'll just make it in keeping. Click above my head for all the links. Alpha Spread, Seeking Alpha, all the information you need. Down below in the description, I'll also put Sensei Sunday show so you can tune in for a much more in-depth thing. And you can get some technicals and all the rest of it from Sensei on Sunday. But that's it from me. Over here, I'll put the Alpha Spread, all my reviews. I've reviewed about 200 stocks. And down here, I shall put the review for, or the playlist for Bluebird. So as I add more technicals, as Sensei does his reviews and all the rest of it, we'll add them down there so you will get a more and more in-depth, analysis. All right, that's it from me. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.